nailed the script. The first game of the NFL season played at the site of this year's Super Bowl saw Kenny Pickett improve to 9-6 as a starting quarterback. This 96 has everything to do with the Cowboys' last championship in Super Bowl 30, which was played in 1996 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 96 in Gematria is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They did play in the Super Bowl in 1996. Pickett is 9-6 to begin his career as a Pittsburgh Steelers starting quarterback. He wins the opening game of the year at Las Vegas to be 9-6 for his career. Well, the last game at Las Vegas this season is going to see the Dallas Cowboys win their first Super Bowl championship since 1996. Already explained the significance of the 28s as we see with Pickett's 28 attempts, Garoppolo's 28 completions, even the 28 points allowed for Dallas over at the metropolitan area of Super Bowl 30. But here we are, 23-18, 41 points scored in the game. The decision not to go for 3 points, completely scripted. Super Bowl is Gematria 41. There were 41 points scored in the game between the Steelers and the Raiders. The Steelers winning with 23 points. Las Vegas is Gematria 23. The Steelers have 6 championships. The Cowboys win their 6th championship over at Las Vegas. And it is Jimmy Garoppolo that did have 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. The Cowboys' last championship at Tempe, of course. Cowboys, they don't start 3-0, but the 2 out of 3 has everything to do with the site of their last Super Bowl. That's why the Cowboys won 2 of their first 3 games to start the season. 18 points for the Raiders, 23 for the Steelers, Las Vegas 23, Vegas 18, Bills 18, Dak for his 18th completion, I think it was his first touchdown of the season. It was his 18th passing attempt. Nevada's a 36 at Mid-State in the Union. There are 36 total first downs to games. The Cowboys, 36 postseason appearance. Pretty well scripted this entire game today. The Steelers had 30 minutes of possession. Both teams, Cowboys win their first championship since Super Bowl 30. Can't get any more clear what's about to go down right here. And not only does the 9-6 connect to the Cowboys' opponent in the Cowboys' last championship, but the NFL on CBS just as the script predicted. What do they mean? Just as the script predicted. Well, it's scripted for Laker fans. They have a bad day because the Yankees got eliminated on the same day the Cowboys lose to the Cardinals. Both of these happening against Arizona. You know how rigged the world is? Take a look at Colorado Buffaloes getting destroyed. Then next thing you know, Denver Broncos get destroyed. The reason why the Cardinals started out the game with 9 points in the first quarter, then 6 points in the second quarter, is because the Cowboys' last championship was at Arizona in 1996. Right here, all synchronized with the Cowboys coming Super Bowl championship. At that moment in time, the Cardinals' first and second quarter points has everything to do with the scripted outcome of Super Bowl 58. And in more scripted fashion, already detailed why the 49ers scored 30 points in the first 3 games. They have 0 chance of winning the Super Bowl. Las Vegas wins again. The Colts and the Ravens were tied at 19 in overtime with Lamar Jackson at quarterback. Jackson Gematria 19. Colts and the Ravens, 41 total points. Ravens are Baltimore. The Colts used to play at Baltimore. Baltimore Gematria 41. So I do like how there's a total of 41 points in that game. It has everything to do with where both teams played at. Both of them played at Baltimore. New England, 15 points, their 15th straight win over the Jets. The Jets play at New York City. New York City, Gematria of 15. Yet another loss for the New York Jets. Patriots with 15 points heading to Texas in their next game. Texas, Gematria 15. Now, this is interesting because the Dolphins were undefeated in 1972, 1973. The Dolphins could have set the regular season record with 73 points scored if they decided to kick the field goal, but instead, the Dolphins took the knee. The game ended with 70 points instead of 73 for the Dolphins. The 73 would have definitely connected to the 1972-73 Dolphins, but Miami Dolphins is Camacho 70. That was a scripted game. The Dolphins scored 70 points in that game. Buffalo with 37 points. The new owner, Harris of the Redskins, his first loss. It is Harris, that's Camacho 37. That was the one thing that stand out. It was not a good performance for the Washington defense and Ron Rivera. Rivera, Camacho up 37. It's also the Washington football team that is up against Philly next. Philly is Camacho 37. So that's what stood out in that game. Green Bay Packers come back, scoring 18 points. We see 18 all over the place with the Super Bowl at Vegas this year. Vegas, Camacho 18. Derek Carr, even with 18 attempts before his injury, before he left the game, with 13 completions against the Pack. Camacho 13. Completely scripted performance. Jordan Love with a comeback. His 22nd completion won the game. Aaron is Camacho 22. Just another day in the office in the rigged NFL. Vegas 18 straight points in the fourth quarter. It was insanely laughable. Jordan Love, Camacho 18, scoring 18 straight points. He gets his scripted performance after the embarrassment of a quarterback sneak. So the Packers make things interesting for Thursday night. Eagles with 25 points at Tampa. Tampa Bay is Camacho 25. Scored 25 points at Tampa Bay. Now let's go to Monday night game between the Rams and the Bengals. The Bengals scoring 19 points against the LA Rams. LA Rams, Camacho 19. The Rams with 16 points. Isn't it, Joe? Well, I did predict that Joe is 12, that the Bengals' first win would occur against the Rams. But 13 points in the second half for the Bengals to beat the Rams, to beat LA. LA, Camacho 13. More to come on Joe Burrow's first win in his new contract. I'll kind of detail that in the next video. But 19, Rams, 35 total points. Matt Stafford on the losing end. Stafford is Camacho 35. So this is what stood out in that game. 19 especially. Seahawks with 37 points against Carolina. Carolina, Camacho 37. Just another day at the office right there. And Seahawks with 37 points. Panthers face off against the Vikings next. Vikings by itself is Camacho 37. So it pertains to the next opponent, the exact opponent you are playing. What about the Chiefs and the Bears? And Taylor Swift in attendance. Taylor, Camacho 91. Chicago Bears, Camacho 91. Taylor Swift in attendance for the Chicago Bears game. Taylor Swift is Camacho 51. There are 51 total points in the game. So kind of easy to see how that game was scripted. 51 total points. This is what stands out with that game. Let's see, Texans with 37 points, 37-17. C.J. Stroud, his first victory as an NFL quarterback. Nothing. Well, I don't know. Let's go to CJ Stroud quickly. See what it says. 20 completions. His first NFL win. Texans gematria of 20. Good night. The picks have been released. A little bit of a recap, but understand what you saw with 9-6 in the opening week. It's not only just 9-6. I mean, Dak Prescott is in 9 playoff games gonna have. Well, he'll have 5 wins, but if the Cowboys don't get home field, they will certainly win 6 games. Then it would be 10. It would be 10 wins or 10 postseason games.